friends, we hope this video is beneficial, and if there is a topic you want a video on, please let us know by leaving us a comment. Thank you and enjoy watching. Undoubtedly, this is a frightening time and a year no one expected. We're in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, with many places at least partially shut down, while others are struggling to reopen safely or even stay open. Some of us are in the areas where the coronavirus infection rates are getting worse. Others are bracing for what may come next, and all of us are watching the headlines and wondering, when is this going to end? For many people, the hardest thing to handle is the uncertainty surrounding coronavirus 2019. We still don't know exactly how we'll be impacted, how long this will last, or how bad things might get and when things will go back to normal. And that makes it all too easy to spiral out into overwhelming dread and panic. But there are many things you can do, even in the face of this unique crisis. Here are some tips that can help you get through this stressful time. 1. Stay informed, but don't obsessively check the news. It's vital to stay informed, particularly about what's happening in your community, so you can follow advised safety precautions and do your part to slow the spread of coronavirus. But there's a lot of misinformation going around that only feeds into fear, so it's important to be discerning about what you read and watch. Stick to trustworthy sources such as the CDC, the WHO, and your local public health authorities. Limit how often you check for updates. Constant monitoring of news and social media feeds can quickly turn into compulsive and counterproductive, so pay attention to how you're feeling and adjust accordingly. Step away from the media if you start feeling overwhelmed. If you would feel better avoiding media entirely, you can ask someone you trust to pass along any major updates you need to know about. Be careful what you share. Do your best to verify information before passing it on. We all need to do our part to avoid spreading rumors and creating unnecessary panic. 2. Focus on the things you can control. We're in a time of massive uncertainty. There are so many things outside of our control, including how long the pandemic lasts, how other people behave, and what's going to happen in our communities. And so many of us respond by endlessly searching the internet for answers and thinking over all the different scenarios that might happen. When you feel yourself getting caught up in fear of what might happen, try to shift your focus to things you can control. For example, you can't control how severe the coronavirus outbreak is in your city or town, but you can take steps to reduce your own personal risk and the risk you'll unknowingly spread it to others. It's natural to be concerned about what may happen if your workplace closes, your children have to stay home from school, you or someone you love gets sick, or you have to self-quarantine. While these possibilities can be scary to think about, being proactive can help relieve at least some of the anxiety. Write down specific worries you have about how coronavirus may disrupt your life. If you start feeling overwhelmed, then take a break. Make a list of all the possible solutions you can think of. Try not to get too hung up on perfect options. Include whatever comes to mind that could help you get by. Focus on concrete things you can problem solve or change, rather than circumstances beyond your control. After you've evaluated your options, draw up a plan of action, and when you're done, set it aside and resist the urge to go back to it until you need it or your circumstances significantly change. 3. Stop what-ifs from spiraling. Relinquishing our desire for certainty and control is easier said than done. If you feel yourself start to spin out into negativity or panic, grounding yourself in the present moment can stop the negative spiral and allow your rational brain to come back online. The technique is simple. Just bring your attention to your breath and your body. Focus all of your attention on the here and now, noticing the sights, sounds, and smells around you and what you're feeling in your body. Continue to breathe slowly in and out, gently bringing your mind back to your body and health every time it drifts until you feel more calm. You can even try some audio meditations that can help you relieve anxiety and regain inner calm. 4. Stay connected even when physically isolated. But social distancing comes with its own risks. Humans are social animals. We're hardwired for connection, and isolation and loneliness can only increase anxiety and depression and even impact our physical health. That's why it's important to stay connected as best we can and reach out for support when we need it, even as we cut back on in-person socializing. Make it a priority to stay in touch with friends and family. If you tend to withdraw when depressed or anxious, think about scheduling regular phone chat or Zoom dates to counteract the tendency. While in person visits are limited, substitute video chatting if you're able to. Face to face contact is like a vitamin for your mental health, reducing your risk of depression and helping ease stress and anxiety. Social media can be a powerful tool, not only for connecting with friends, family, and acquaintances, but for feeling connected in a greater sense to our communities, country, and the world. It reminds us that we are not alone. That said, be mindful of how social media is making you feel. Don't hesitate to mute keywords or people who are increasing your anxiety, and log off if it's making you feel worse. Don't let COVID dominate every conversation. It's important to take breaks from stressful thoughts about the pandemic to simply enjoy each other's company, to laugh, share stories, and focus on other things going on in our lives. 5. Emotions are contagious, so be wise about who you turn to for support. Most of us need reassurance, advice, or a sympathetic ear during this difficult time, but be careful who you choose as a sounding board. The COVID-19 is not the only thing that's contagious. So are emotions. Avoid talking about the virus with people who tend to be negative or who reinforce and ramp up your fears. Turn to people in your life who are thoughtful, level headed, and good listeners. 6. Take care of your body and spirit. This is an extraordinarily trying time, and all the tried and true stress management strategies apply, such as eating healthy meals, getting plenty of sleep, and meditating. Beyond that, here are some tips for practicing self-care in the face of the unique disruptions caused by COVID-19. Be kind to yourself. Go easy on yourself if you're experiencing more depression or anxiety than usual. You're not alone in your struggles. Maintain a routine as best as you can. Even if you're stuck at home, try to stick to your regular sleep, school, meal, or work schedule. This can help you maintain a sense of normalcy. Take time out for activities you enjoy. Read a good book, watch a comedy, play a fun board or video game, make something, whether it's a new recipe, a craft, or a piece of art. It doesn't matter what you do, as long as it takes you out of your worries. Get out in nature, if possible. Sunshine and fresh air will do you good. Even a walk around your neighborhood can make you feel better. Just be sure to avoid crowds, keep your distance from people you encounter, and obey restrictions in your area. Find ways to exercise. Staying active will help you release anxiety, relieve stress, and manage your mood. While gym and group classes may be out, you can still cycle, hike, or walk. Or if you're stuck at home, look online for exercise videos you can follow. There are many things you can do even without equipment, such as yoga and exercises that use your own body weight. Avoid self-medicating. Be careful that you're not using alcohol or other substances to deal with anxiety or depression. If you tend to overdo it in the best of times, it may be a good idea to avoid those for now. Take up a relaxation practice. When stressors throw your nervous system out of balance, relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, and yoga can bring you back into a state of equilibrium. Regular practice delivers the greatest benefits, so see if you can set aside even a little time every day. 7. Help others. It will make you feel better. At times like this, it's easy to get caught up in your own fears and concerns. But amid all the stories of people fighting over wearing face masks or lining up outside gun stores to arm themselves, it's important to take a breath and remember that we are all in this together. As a quote circulating in Italy reminds us, we're standing far apart now so we can embrace each other later. It's no coincidence that those who focus on others in need and support their communities, especially during times of crisis, tend to be happier and healthier than those who act selfishly. Helping others not only makes a difference to your community and even to the wider world at this time, but it can also support your own mental health and well-being. Much of the anguish accompanying this pandemic stems from feeling powerless. If you know people in your community who are isolated, particularly the elderly or disabled, you can still offer support. Many local social media groups can help you be in touch with vulnerable people in your area. Hoarding has reduced supplies to food banks in many areas, while unemployment and economic difficulties have greatly increased demand. You can help older adults, low-income families, and others in need by donating food or cash. Be a calming influence. Being a positive, uplifting influence in these anxious times can help you feel better about your own situation as well. Be kind to others. An infectious disease is not connected to any racial or ethnic group, so speak up if you hear negative stereotypes that only promote prejudice. With the right outlook and intentions, we can all ensure that kindness and charity spread throughout our communities even faster than the virus. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you for watching.